The rain pounded against the window like accusations I couldn't escape, and there she was, your daughter, our little Mia, staring up at me with those piercing blue eyes that mirrored yours so perfectly it shattered my heart anew. Mommy, why don't I have two mommies like the stories? She asked innocently, her tiny hand clutching my sleeve, forcing me to swallow the lie that had become my life. I knelt down, brushing a curl from her forehead, whispering, sometimes love stories have twists, sweetheart. Even as the truth clawed at my throat, you left us, Jordan, right after our wedding, never knowing Mia was yours, conceived in secret before you vanished into the night. In the heart of Manhattan, where the city's pulse thrummed like a lover's heartbeat, I first met Jordan Hayes at a crowded art gallery opening in Chelsea. The air was thick with the scent of fresh paint and expensive perfume, and amidst the abstract swirls of color on canvas, she stood out like a masterpiece herself, tall with cropped auburn hair that caught the gallery lights, her green eyes scanning the room with a quiet intensity that drew me in. I was Alex Rivera, a struggling photographer capturing moments for glossy magazines, always chasing the perfect shot but never quite finding my own focus. That night, as I adjusted my camera strap, our eyes locked across the room and she smiled, a slow, knowing curve of her lips that made the world tilt. We talked for hours, or what felt like it, amid the chatter of critics and collectors. Jordan was a rising architect, designing sustainable buildings that blended old New York charm with modern eco-flair. I build spaces where people can feel alive, she said, her voice a smooth alto that resonated deep in my chest. I laughed, confessing my own chaos. I just try to freeze time before it slips away. By the end of the evening we'd exchanged numbers, and as I walked home through the neon-lit streets, my phone buzzed with her text. Captured any good moments lately? Let's make some. Our courtship was a whirlwind, as New York romances often are. Stolen lunches in Central Park, where we'd share falafel wraps and dreams. Late-night walks along the Hudson, her hand in mine, the city lights reflecting off the water like scattered diamonds. Jordan opened up about her past. A conservative family in Texas who disowned her when she came out in college, forcing her to rebuild her life in the anonymity of the Big Apple. They think love like ours is a sin, she confided one evening as we sat on my fire escape, watching the traffic below. I pulled her close, my heart aching for her scars. Then we'll prove them wrong, I whispered, and in that moment our love felt invincible. But love, as I would learn, is a fragile scaffold. We moved in together after 6 months, into a cozy loft in Brooklyn with exposed brick walls and a view of the Manhattan skyline. Jordan's designs filled the space. Sleek furniture she'd sketched and had custom-made, plants cascading from shelves like green waterfalls. I photographed her constantly, capturing the way her brow furrowed in concentration over blueprints or how her laugh lit up the room. Our friends envied us. The perfect queer couple, defying odds in a city that both celebrated and challenged us. The proposal came on a crisp autumn day in the High Line Park, elevated above the streets, surrounded by wildflowers and urban art. Jordan got down on one knee, holding a simple gold ring etched with our initials. Alex, you've given me a home when I thought I'd never have one again. Marry me. Tears blurred my vision as I said yes, and the passers-by cheered, turning our private joy into a public spectacle. Planning the wedding was pure bliss. Venue hunting in upstate New York, tasting cakes in quaint bakeries, arguing playfully over flower arrangements. We chose a small ceremony in a vineyard near the Catskills, intimate and romantic, with fairy lights strung like stars. Yet beneath the excitement, cracks began to show. Jordan grew distant in the weeks leading up, her phone buzzing late at night with calls she dismissed as work. Just a client being needy, she'd say, but her eyes avoided mine. I chalked it up to pre-wedding jitters, my own nerves mirroring hers. The night before the wedding we lay in bed, her head on my chest. Promise me forever, Alex, she murmured, her voice laced with an emotion I couldn't place. Fear, perhaps? Always, I replied, holding her tighter. The wedding day dawned golden, the vineyard alive with the scent of ripening grapes. I walked down the aisle in a flowing white dress, Jordan waiting in a tailored suit that made her look every bit the confident woman I adored. Our vows were poetry. Hers spoke of building a life together, brick by brick. Mine of capturing every moment of our shared journey. We kissed to applause, rings exchanged, and danced under the stars, her arms around me feeling like the safest place in the world. But that night in our honeymoon suite, everything shattered. Jordan paced the room, her face pale. Alex, I can't do this. Her words hit like a gut punch. What do you mean? I stammered, the champagne turning sour in my stomach. She confessed then, haltingly. An old flame from Texas, Sarah, had resurfaced, pregnant and claiming the child was Jordan's from a one-night lapse during their breakup years ago. I thought it was over, but she's threatening to expose everything, my family, my career. I have to go back, sort this out. Betrayal surged through me, hot and blinding. You cheated? Before us. But it was worse, she'd known for weeks, hidden it. We argued through the night, tears and accusations flying. By dawn she was gone, leaving only a note. I'm sorry. I love you, but I have to fix my past. The days blurred into a haze of pain. I returned to Brooklyn alone, the loft echoing with her absence. Friends called, concerned, but I shut them out, curling into myself. Then the nausea started, morning sickness, the doctor confirmed. I was pregnant, from our decision to use a donor and inseminate before the wedding. A secret we'd kept for the perfect reveal. But now it was mine alone. Tests later revealed the twist. Due to a mix-up at the clinic, the donor sample had been switched with Jordan's stored eggs from her own fertility preservation years prior. Mia was biologically hers, conceived with my body carrying the child. The truth I buried deep. Jordan didn't deserve to know. Not after abandoning us. Raising Mia became my anchor. Those first months were hell. Sleepless nights in the loft, her cries piercing the silence where Jordan's laughter once filled. I quit freelance gigs for a steady job at a photo studio, scraping by in the city's relentless grind. Mia's first smile, though, was sunlight breaking through clouds, her eyes so like Jordan's, a bittersweet reminder. You're my world, little one, I'd whisper, rocking her as taxis honked below. Years passed in a rhythm of playgrounds and preschool, Mia growing into a curious toddler with Jordan's adventurous spirit. I dated sporadically, but no one stuck. The scar Jordan left was too deep. Then, one rainy afternoon in a Manhattan cafe, fate twisted again. There she was, Jordan, older but unchanged, sipping coffee at a corner table. Our eyes met and the world stopped. Jordan froze, her coffee cup midway to her lips, those green eyes widening in recognition. Alex? She breathed as if I were a ghost from her past, which in a way I was. I stood there, Mia's hand in mine, the little girl tugging at my coat. Mommy, who's that? Mia asked, her voice innocent amid the cafe's hum of conversations and espresso machines. I forced a smile, my heart hammering. An old friend, sweetie. But Jordan's gaze dropped to Mia, and something flickered, curiosity, perhaps regret. We sat awkwardly at her table, the years between us like an unbridgeable chasm. Jordan looked polished, her suit crisp, a wedding band glinting on her finger. No, wait, it was gone. I heard you moved back to Texas, I said flatly, stirring my tea to avoid her eyes. She nodded, her voice soft. I did. Sorted things with Sarah. The baby. It wasn't mine. A false alarm, but it cost me everything. Her words hung heavy, laced with unspoken apologies. Mia colored on a napkin, oblivious as Jordan asked about her. She's beautiful. How old? 4, I replied curtly, the lie of omission burning my tongue. That chance encounter reopened wounds I'd thought scabbed over. Jordan texted later. Can we talk? I never stopped thinking about you. Against my better judgment, I agreed to meet in Central Park, leaving Mia with a sitter. The park was alive with joggers and dog walkers, the leaves turning fiery red. Jordan waited on a bench, looking vulnerable in jeans and a sweater. I was a coward, Alex, she admitted, her eyes glistening. I panicked. Sarah's threats. I thought I'd lose my job, my life here. But leaving you was the biggest mistake. Anger flared in me. You vanished after our vows, Jordan. No calls, no explanations. I had to pick up the pieces alone. We talked for hours, the conversation a torrent of emotions, her regrets, my resentments. She confessed Sarah had been manipulative, using the pregnancy scare to pull her back into toxic cycles. Jordan had stayed in Texas, rebuilding ties with her family, but the marriage to me haunted her. I divorced the idea of us but never the love, she said, reaching for my hand. I pulled away, but the spark was there, undeniable. Over weeks we met secretly, coffee dates turning into walks, then dinners. Jordan charmed Mia effortlessly, reading her stories in the park, Her architects I helping build elaborate sandcastles. She's got your energy, Jordan observed once, watching Mia chase pigeons. I bit back the truth. She's got your DNA. Guilt gnawed at me, but fear held it in. What if Jordan claimed her, upended our life? The rekindling was intoxicating, like rediscovering a lost love letter. Jordan shared her new projects. Eco homes in Austin, but she commuted to New York for work. I want to come back, she whispered one evening in my loft, the city lights twinkling outside. We kissed then, tentative at first, then with the passion of years apart. It felt right yet wrong, layered with betrayal's shadow. But shadows have a way of deepening. One night, as Jordan slept beside me, her phone lit up with a text. Miss you, babe. When are you home? From Sarah. My blood ran cold. I scrolled heart-sinking messages of affection, plans for weekends. Jordan woke to my fury. It's not what you think, she pleaded. Sarah and we tried again after the scare. But it's over now. Lies upon lies. You came back pretending to be free, but you're still entangled? I shouted, tears streaming. She admitted it. A lingering affair, using our reconnection as escape. The confrontation was brutal, echoing through the loft. You betrayed me twice, I accused, my voice breaking. Jordan begged forgiveness, swearing she'd end it. But trust once shattered is hard to rebuild. I kicked her out, collapsing as Mia stirred in her room. Mommy sad? She asked, climbing into my lap. Holding her, I vowed protection from Jordan's chaos, from the truth that could break us. Months dragged, Jordan's pleas ignored. I focused on Mia. Ballet classes in Brooklyn, picnics in Prospect Park. Work picked up. My photos featured in a gallery show, capturing queer families in America. Ironic, given my own fractures. Then a letter arrived. Jordan's family, conservative as ever, disowning her again after learning of Sarah. She was alone in Austin, broken. Compassion stirred, mixed with lingering love. I flew to Texas with Mia unannounced. Jordan's apartment was sparse, her eyes hollow when she opened the door. Alex. Shock then tears. We talked through the night, Mia asleep on the couch. Jordan confessed everything. The fear that drove her away, the affair as self-sabotage. I never deserved you, she said. But in her vulnerability I saw the woman I'd loved, the one who built dreams from nothing. Forgiveness came slowly, like dawn over the prairie. We spent days exploring Austin's vibrant scene, murals, food trucks, live music, rebuilding tentatively. Mia bonded with Jordan, calling her Aunt Jo at first, her laughter filling the gaps. Back in New York, Jordan moved in, committed to therapy to us. Yet the truth loomed. One evening as we tucked Mia in, her question pierced. Why do you look like me, Jo? Jordan glanced at me, puzzled. I took a breath, revealing all, the clinic mix-up, Mia's biology. Jordan's face crumpled in wonder, then joy. My daughter, she whispered, pulling us both close. Tears mingled, a family forged from ashes. Life reshaped around our fragile reunion. The Brooklyn loft once again alive with Jordan's presence. Her blueprints scattered on the table, Mia's drawings pinned to the fridge. But healing wasn't linear. Nights brought arguments, old wounds reopening like fault lines in an earthquake. You can't just waltz back and expect perfection, I snapped one evening after a tense dinner. Mia sensing the storm and retreating to her room. Jordan sighed, running a hand through her hair. I'm trying, Alex. Therapy twice a week, cutting ties with Sarah for good. What more do you want? Her voice cracked, vulnerability raw. I softened, pulling her into an embrace. Time, I murmured. We need time. Mia adapted with a child's resilience, her questions evolving from curiosity to acceptance. Are you my other mommy now? She asked Jordan during a family outing to the Statue of Liberty, the ferry rocking gently on the harbor. Jordan knelt, eyes misty. If you'll have me, kiddo. Mia's hug sealed it, a moment captured in my mind's lens. Sun glinting off the water, Lady Liberty standing sentinel over our mended hearts. Yet external storms brewed. Jordan's family, hearing whispers of our reconciliation, unleashed vitriol through emails and calls. You're damning your soul with this abomination, her father wrote, attaching Bible verses like weapons. It stung Jordan deeply, her Texas roots clashing with our New York reality. They'll never change, she confided, staring out at the skyline. I held her, reminding her of our strength. We build our own family. Work pulled us in directions. My photography career booming with a series on LGBTQ plus resilience. Jordan's architecture firm expanding to green initiatives in the city. We balanced it with Mia's school plays and soccer games, carving normalcy from chaos. But drama lurked. Sarah reappeared. Not with threats but desperation. A late-night call. Jordan, I need help. I'm pregnant for real this time. Yours from our last time. Jordan's face paled as she hung up, confessing the slip during their affair. Betrayal hit anew, a dagger twist. How could you? I demanded, pacing the living room as Mia slept unaware. Jordan broke down. It was before I came back to you. I ended it, but now. The child was hers biologically, complicating everything. We argued fiercely, options, ethics, our future. I won't abandon a child, Jordan insisted, her architect's resolve firm. Jealousy and fear warred in me. Would this pull her away again? We navigated the crisis together. Therapy sessions intense. Sarah, surprisingly, wanted no involvement beyond support. She planned adoption but needed Jordan's consent. This isn't about us, Jordan said. It's about doing right. I accompanied her to meetings in a neutral cafe, tensions high. Sarah, weary and swollen, apologized. I never meant to ruin your life. In that moment, humanity bridged divides. 3 women, entangled by fate, choosing compassion over conflict. The decision weighed heavy. Jordan signed papers for open adoption, ensuring the child knew their origins if desired. It tested our bond, but emerging stronger, we renewed vows privately in Central Park, Mia as our witness. Through storms and secrets, Jordan promised, her ring back on my finger. Mia's 5th birthday brought joy. A party in Prospect Park with balloons and cake, friends marveling at our 2 mommies. But undercurrents stirred. Mia's questions about her real dad surfaced, the donor myth cracking. Why don't I have a daddy like others? She asked, her brow furrowed like Jordan's. We sat her down, explaining gently. Love makes families, and she had 2 moms who chose each other and her. Life's rhythm steadied, but New York's pace demanded more. Jordan's firm offered her a lead on a major project in Chicago. A temporary relocation. 6 months tops, she assured, but doubt crept in. What if you don't come back? I voiced, echoes of her abandonment resounding. She cupped my face. I swear on our family, Alex. This is home. The separation was agony. Video calls, weekend visits. Mia missed her, drawings of Mommy Joe piling up. I threw myself into work, a gallery exhibit drawing crowds. Then a call from Jordan. The project's extending. Another 3 months. Frustration boiled over in our next visit, accusations flying. You're choosing career over us again. I yelled in her Chicago hotel room. She countered. This is for our future. Better schools for Mia, stability. The fight escalated, ending in tears and a slammed door. Reconciliation came via surprise. Jordan flew back early. Project wrapped sooner than expected. I couldn't stay away, she admitted at our door, bags in hand. We rebuilt, stronger foundations laid. Yet, the ultimate test loomed. Jordan's family reunion in Texas, inviting her for Thanksgiving, a tentative olive branch. Come with me, she urged. I hesitated. Facing homophobia head-on? For her I agreed, Mia in tow. The drive through amber fields was tense, Mia chattering obliviously. Arrival at the Hayes Ranch was like stepping into another world. Wide porches, cattle lowing. Jordan's parents, stern but aged, greeted coolly. Dinner was strained, conversation skirting our relationship. Then her father cornered me. You know this ain't natural. Anger rose, but I responded calmly. Love is love, sir. Mia's proof of that. Jordan defended us fiercely, her voice steady. By night's end, a crack in their armor. A reluctant hug for Mia. A nod to Jordan. The trip humanized them, flaws and all. Back in New York, Jordan reflected. Change starts small. Our love deepened, rooted in resilience. As winter blanketed the city in snow, our family flourished amid the holiday lights of Rockefeller Center. Mia's eyes wide at the tree. Jordan and I volunteered at a queer youth shelter, giving back what we'd fought for, acceptance, home. But life's drama never fully fades. A health scare shook us when Mia fell ill with pneumonia. Hospital nights blurring into worry. Jordan never left her side. reading stories in her architect's precise tone. Her hand in mine as monitors beeped. She's strong like you, I whispered. Recovery brought gratitude, bonds unbreakable. Spring thawed tensions, but new conflicts arose. My exhibit toured nationally, pulling me away, San Francisco, Seattle. Jordan supported, but resentment simmered. You're gone as much as I was. A heated call from the West Coast. This hypocrisy, Alex. You accuse me of abandoning, but your career. I cut her off. It's different. I'm building for us. Echoes of our past, roles reversed. The strain peaked at a gallery opening in LA, Jordan flying out. Amid champagne and schmoozing, we clashed in a back room. Do you even want this anymore? She demanded, eyes flashing. Hurt surged. After everything, you doubt me? Tears followed, admissions raw. Fears of loss, insecurities from betrayals. We reconciled under Hollywood stars, promising balance. Back home, we sought couples counseling, unpacking layers. Jordan's abandonment issues from her family, my trust fractures. Progress was slow but rewarding. Date nights revived romance, stolen kisses in kitchen light. Mia's school project on family trees unearthed more. Who are my grandparents? We explained. Jordan sighed gently, the disownment's pain. Inspired, Jordan reached out, sending photos of Mia. A response came. A visit plan, tentative peace. The haze arrived in summer. Awkward at first in our urban loft. Mia charmed them with drawings, breaking ice. Over barbecue on the roof, stories flowed. Jordan's childhood, their regrets. We were wrong, her mother admitted tearfully. Love's what matters. Not full acceptance, but a start, humanity prevailing. Our story inspired others. I published a book of photos with narratives, including ours, anonymous but poignant. Jordan designed community spaces for LGBTQ+ families, her work infused with personal passion. Yet, climax loomed in an unexpected twist. Sarah contacted. The adopted child, now a toddler, needed medical history, a genetic condition potentially from Jordan's line. Tests confirmed. Mia carried the marker too, asymptomatic. Panic gripped. What if it affects her? Jordan fretted. We navigated doctors, support groups, turning fear into action, advocacy for queer health rights. The ordeal bonded us deeper. Mia's resilience shining. I'm okay, mommies, she assured, her hug fierce. As years wove on, our love matured. Less fireworks, more steady flame. Anniversaries celebrated with quiet dinners. Mia growing into a teen with her own dreams. But fate's final drama. Jordan's promotion to partner, requiring international travel. Europe for months, she said. Echoes of Chicago haunted. Go. I encouraged, trusting now. Separations tested, but we endured, letters, calls, reunions passionate yet pure. Upon return, Jordan proposed relocation. A house in the suburbs, space for Mia's future. Build with me, she pleaded. I agreed, our New York chapter closing poetically. The move to Westchester was a fresh canvas, a colonial home with a yard, Mia's room overlooking woods. Jordan transformed it. Solar panels, open spaces echoing her designs. I set up a studio, capturing local life. Mia thrived in new schools, her curiosity blooming into activism. Queer rights clubs echoing our legacy. But old ghosts visited. Sarah's child, now 5, reached out via adoptive parents for connection. A half-sibling? Mia asked, intrigued. We facilitated meetings, cautious. Picnics in parks, building ties. Jordan navigated emotions. This is my redemption. Compassion wove through, families expanding unconventionally. Conflicts arose in suburbia. Neighbors' stares, school board debates on inclusivity. We fought back, Jordan speaking at meetings, her voice commanding. Our daughter deserves equality. Victories came, community shifting. Personal highs. Mia's bat mitzvah-inspired celebration, blending cultures. Us beaming as she spoke of love's power. Lows. My mother's passing, Jordan my rock through grief. As Mia entered college, art school in Boston following my path. Empty nest hit. Jordan and I rediscovered us. Travels to national parks, her sketching landscapes, me photographing. In Yellowstone's geysers, she whispered. You're my constant. The story's arc closed on a poignant note. Years later, Mia's wedding, to her partner, a kind woman. In the Catskills vineyard where we'd vowed. Walking her down the aisle together, tears flowed. You taught me love endures. Mia said. In twilight years we retired to a coastal home in Maine, waves crashing like memories. Jordan's hand in mine watching sunsets. Despite betrayals we built something beautiful, she reflected. Our end was peaceful, Jordan passing first, her last words. Love you forever. I followed soon, our ashes scattered in Central Park where it reignited. Mia carried on, telling our tale to her children. A testament to resilience, love's humanity triumphing over drama. In America's tapestry, our lesbian love story. Kitsch, romantic, profound, endured, a beacon for others.